Hey guys, Barry at CTech-review. I gotta apologize, I was wrong about the 2025 Ford F-150 Raptors. Let's get into this. Okay, what do I mean I was wrong? Recently, I talked about the 2025 Ford Super Duties and some of the changes they made for 2025 model year. And I made a mistake about one of the interior trims on the 2025 F-150. Let me show you what I mean. So in 2025, the Super Duty Lariat went from having leather interior in a Lariat trim to what's called an ActiveX material. If you've not heard of ActiveX, it's a trademarked term Ford has used for their leatherette version of an interior material. It's actually a really high quality material. We've had it on other vehicles in the past. And if I didn't tell you, you probably wouldn't even know that it's not a leather surface. I said in a video recently that I'm glad that Ford kept the leather in the Lariat for 2025. Unfortunately, I was wrong. For 2025, the Ford F-150 Lariat does not have leather. It has what's called ActiveX. I don't actually think that's a bad thing per se. I like leather, but ActiveX is also a really good material as well. And you still have heated and cooled seats. It feels the same, but it is not leather trimmed surface. Let me show you on the window sticker what it looks like. Also, one of the other changes, if you're not familiar, since 2024 when they did the mid-cycle refresh, is there is a different front end from an XLT to a Lariat. Notice the shape of the headlight. You both have LED headlights, and we talked about this in the past, but this has a reflector headlight, whereas this has a projector headlight. And you can kind of see the dual beam versus the traditional reflector headlight. Now, if we look at the window sticker here, I'm going to kind of show you guys here. This is a antimatter, which is a really nice looking blue, if you've not seen this color. Antimatter blue, and it says smoked truffle ActiveX interior. Okay, let's see what these ActiveX seats in the Lariat look like. Dude, at first glance, you would not notice this is not leather. The grain, the texture, everything about this, the bolstering, this doesn't look or feel any different. It's still got the nice ventilation in the middle, good stitching all along the sides. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel really any different. Let me sit in this thing now. Let's check out the cooled seats, because it's 95 degrees out today. I want to see how these bad boys feel. Wow, this is brutal hot, 94% humidity and 97 degrees. This is a hot one. This is not normal for Michigan. Interior of this thing looks nice though. Steering wheel, I don't know if this is ActiveX material as well. It's got the grain like it's leather, but I would assume that it is also ActiveX. Nice looking dash setup, nice soft touch. You know, one thing I did notice though, is this no longer has the flat across. I actually prefer the look of this, but this must be another change, that they went back to more the cockpit style dash layout versus the straight across on the 25 Lariat. And I'm trying to see if there's any other changes I noticed. I like this little change holder, but that would be where your integrated brake controller would be set at. And then I noticed that some of the buttons have changed up above. So you got your parking assist, hill descent control. Now your start stop button to turn the system off is over here. So it kind of just basically moved the buttons around a little bit. Otherwise, feels pretty nice and comfortable here. I can already feel the cooled seats kicking on. No, it's comfortable. You can put your hand on here. You can feel the cool air coming through here. So you got good ventilation. I don't feel anything different for the comfort or feeling texture. And I bet you, I wonder if this stuff's even more durable than the older leather. I guess time will tell on that front. But if you are interested in this truck, I will put Josh's information down below. Another thing while I'm looking at this thing, check out that number. 1,650 pounds payload in a F-150 is actually pretty solid. Check out the second row. Look at what the ActiveX and just the back of these seats look like. You still got good storage here. Still got the cup holders here. Yeah, still got the partition with storage down below, HVAC controls, soft touch on the doors. I don't notice much difference there. It's got the really cool tailgate too. This is a pretty neat feature, I think. Okay, I want to see how this works again. Yeah, there we go. So that's pretty neat. I always forget how these things work. So if you're trying to get into the bed of the truck and you really want to get further in here without, you know, getting up in the bed, it's a nice feature. It's amazing they can make that tailgate just as strong as a one-piece tailgate, but they say it's just as strong. But yeah, if you're interested, I'll put the information down below. This one is the antimatter blue metallic 501A package. This got the standard 3.5, which is kind of nice, a little simpler than the Power Boost 331 with electronic locking rear diff. It's $71,785. Oh, I didn't want to forget, this has got the extended range fuel tank, 36 gallons. This thing would cover some distance. Think about this, 19 miles per gallon, 36 gallons. Oh man, what's the quick math on that? You're close to 700 miles of range. That's insane. So this is a 502A truck, and you can kind of see the dash layout is a little bit different, but it's still ActiveX material, still feels the same, still same ventilation, still got the same steering wheel type of comfort, but as you can see, the dash is a little different. So you might ask, why am I so confident in this? I've already heard from several tier suppliers that the seat manufacturers are getting pressure to looking at making seats in the future without as much leather interior. You might ask why? Well, it depends on your stance. For me, this is a business and everything's about saving money. And if you don't have to go through the process of using traditional leather premium material and you can use some sort of quote unquote vegan leather, it's just cost savings. If people were really about saving the planet, I think they'd be using other forms other than a vegan leather. You could use cloths and things of that nature. So I think it's just all cost savings, and you're seeing this across the board. And it's not just domestics. You're seeing the same thing in others as well. Yeah, here you go. Volvo, Tesla, Porsche, Audi, Toyota, Mercedes. I've heard in a few years General Motors will be dropping leather from the interior of their vehicles. According to Google AI, it says real leather is more durable and longer lasting than vegan leather. It seems to make sense to me that a natural leather would probably hold up better than some man-made product, but I guess truth will be in the pudding as far as on the manufacturing processes and stuff. So you don't really see leather wear out too bad. I think the thing more for me is some of these lighter colored leathers, your clothing will like leave stains and marks on the seats. Like let's say you're wearing blue jeans. I had a Ford, I think it was a Taurus at one point, and the Ford Taurus, if I wore blue jeans, it would leave blue on the leather. So if the fake leather or vegan leather does not do that, I'd say it'd be a better product. There's a ton of great videos out there talking about vegan leather. And if you get into like, this is a picture of a new Rivian or Volvo, dude, their interiors look top notch. So I'm sure you can make it a very quality product. Hey, so if you guys are interested in this 501A Lariat, I'll put the information to Josh at Bob Maxxey down below. Leave your comments down below. I'll be curious to hear your thoughts. What do you think about ActiveX? Do you think it's the right decision? Just not? I will share this one bit of information with you guys. Leather is disappearing in the next few years from the automotive industry. Mark my word.